Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back another video from 6, and today we've got when Sasuke became the strongest. So I'm get I don't know, like when this is set. I'm guessing it's Naruto, but yeah. So this could be like pinpointing a time within the story where Sasuke actually became like the strongest. And I would say if that's the case, that would be during the Madara section, obviously, because Naruto and Sasuke became like peak then. But again, no clue. I just love Six's videos. He's always got really interesting takes. Check out my Etsy shop. Support me on Patreon. Let's get into this.
After Naruto had Kurama ripped out of him by Madara, and then Madara subsequently stabbed Sasuke in his chest, Hagoromo comes down and bestows more power onto Naruto and Sasuke. I'm obviously talking about 6-Pass Senjutsu, 6-Pass Sage Mode, and for Sasuke, the Rinnegan, and being granted 6-Pass Chakra. I did a video on Naruto and the godlike ability he gained from Hagoromo and how it wasn't touched on as much as I would have liked to see it be touched on, and I figured it's only fair if I do the same thing for Sasuke.
Okay.
Before getting started with the video, I'd like to ask if you could leave a like on the video as well as subscribe to the channel. These analytical type of videos are pretty fun to make, and I have a lot more on my channel you can check out after watching this one. But
I love these analytical videos from 6, man. He's absolutely class.
that's pretty much all the intro time I need, so let's talk about the day Sasuke became the strongest in the world of Naruto. Like I outlined in the intro, Sasuke was granted 6-Pass Chakra and a Rinnegan from Hagoromo. Throughout the remaining chapters of the manga, Sasuke is gradually gaining more mastery over his newfound powers, and at his maximum, he is using the Preta path of his Rinnegan to absorb the chakra from all 9 Biju to power up his Susanoo to this form we see, and then him launching Indra's arrow to match Naruto's 2 Rasen Shuriken. Although they clash equally, seemingly anyway, I still think Sasuke was the stronger combatant as well as having greater potential than Naruto in this moment.
Interesting.
Let's get one thing straight before moving on, because I know I angered some people with that remark. Lightning gets beaten by wind as a chakra nature. This is shown to us in the 3rd Raikage fight and explained to us by Yamato when Naruto is training to learn the Rasen Shuriken. Against the 3rd Raikage, everyone was worried because Temari, the strongest wind style user in the platoon, couldn't do damage to the 3rd Raikage despite having the chakra nature advantage. She was just too powerful.
Right, okay, I'm liking this. This is a really good. Okay, cool.
Then Naruto comes in with his wind release jutsu, a Rasen Shuriken, and the first thing he does is knock the Raikage's lightning cloak off of him. I don't want to start a debate about the 3rd Raikage's durability in the comments and how, oh my god, Naruto didn't actually harm him, but as you can see here on screen, Naruto did indeed rip the cloak off of the 3rd Raikage.
Okay.
He just didn't do sufficient damage to stun him for long enough in order for him to be sealed away.
Yeah, it's like water being super effective against fire. Yeah.
The difference in chakra natures is also pretty huge. We even see just a platoon of water ninja being able to stop Madara's fire style, even though he has the strength necessary to completely run through all of them with just his taijutsu.
Yeah.
Before somebody brings it up as well, Temari did not blow away Madara with wind release in the manga. That is anime only. Anyway, so now that that's been established, in this giant clash here, Naruto has the upper hand in the chakra nature department. While you may be able to argue the Rasen Shuriken in Naruto's left hand is a Biju Bomb Rasen Shuriken because of how it looks, the Rasen Shuriken in Naruto's right hand looks identical to all of his wind release Rasen Shuriken, just a whole lot bigger, obviously. If we're led to believe that these jutsu
Obviously, like look at the size of that thing.
met in the middle and clashed evenly, making this gigantic explosion, then Sasuke, who was at a disadvantage, should be the more powerful of the two of them. I've often seen this be argued against by saying Sasuke had to use the Biju power while Naruto was just using what he had access to, but that's the same thing. Sasuke took the Biju. He didn't see them wandering around and got help. He captured them with his own jutsu. So this is a part of Sasuke's arsenal now, and I don't think it's fair to discredit or take that away from him.
Yeah, same as like summoning, you know?
I also want to point out Sasuke's Susanoo itself is covered in lightning release chakra. So when the explosion went off, he was basically wearing a bomb. And in case anyone wants to try to argue that Sasuke's Susanoo isn't lightning and that's just an effect. Here you can see Indra's arrow being formed from that Susanoo hand. I also don't see how you can look at the explosion this causes with all the lightning strikes
Yeah,
hitting the
bam, bam,
ground
bam, bam,
and
bam, bam,
genuinely
all
come to the
over around.
conclusion that this isn't a lightning jutsu. But whatever, I'm rambling.
Look at it.
Let's talk about.
Probably easier to see in color scans though, than black and white, which is what most people I imagine have. Red. Know what I mean?
This Susanoo one last time before I move on to other things. Kurama directly says that the level of chakra Sasuke is manipulating here at once is almost unrivaled and it's around Hagoromo's level. But since there is no Geto statue, he's using his own Susanoo as the receiving vessel. Nothing too crazy with this, I just wanted to mention it since it's pretty crazy chakra control statement for Sasuke. I mentioned earlier I also thought Sasuke had higher potential than Naruto at this point, and that's because of the access to the Biju he has. He still didn't completely drain them. It's shown to us when Kurama is low on chakra that he either goes to sleep or is shown to be emaciated.
Yeah.
After
wow,
Kurama
yeah,
leaves the Chubaku Tensei, he is
man.
completely fine. So Sasuke still could have taken more chakra from the rest of these Biju. I am aware, however, that after the Indra's Arrow class, Sasuke had used so much chakra to the point where these Biju weren't relevant anymore and he couldn't use them because he overused his Rinnegan. But had he not used so much chakra, he would have been able to absorb more from them. I also want to mention that throughout the entirety of the beginning portion of this fight, everyone points out how Naruto was holding back on Sasuke and only playing defensive. No one shows that same courtesy to Sasuke in the fact that he was not using his EMS at all. I know that might not seem all too relevant at first mention, but Sasuke's EMS is directly shown to make him faster and stronger. Shown here where him and base Naruto are equal in speed, and then he turns on his EMS so he can match KCM1 Naruto.
Right, okay, cool, yeah.
Aside from that, the MS gives greater perception advantage, access to Kagutsuchi, etc, etc. It's just a way that Sasuke is holding back on Naruto very clearly. I want to show everyone something really quickly. What is the big difference here between Naruto and Sasuke's normal clashes and this one here that you see on screen that they have right before he absorbs the Biju chakra? What's the difference there? That's not a Rasengan that Naruto has. That's a Biju bomb, which is directly more powerful than the Rasengan.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm not going to claim Naruto was at his absolute maximum at this moment. That's clearly not the case. But it marks a clear change in the battle from Naruto, who was playing defensive before, to now using an offensive move.
Yeah, like the Biju bomb is like it's like highly offense.
And one of his stronger offensive moves at that. I also want to extend this same courtesy to Sasuke, since Sasuke is shown to be able to put Amaterasu inside of his Chidori, yet he does not do that here. So they're both clearly not at their maximum. And Sasuke even says after the clash that it's going to take more than that to kill him. To touch on the last section of the fight, which is the Rasengan Chidori clash between Naruto and Sasuke, I often hear people talk about how Sasuke used the Chidori with the assistance of Amaterasu, like I just mentioned, and he had the aid of gravity and all that, and they still tied, blah, 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 blah. I just want to say that stuff isn't really important since both of them are severely weakened, and I think it's fairly disingenuous to say that since Naruto clashed equally with a weakened Sasuke, that it's evidence that he is stronger when they are both at full power. Naruto obviously won the fight though, but I already went over why Sasuke should technically be stronger when they are both at their maximums. I want to move on from this now since there are other things with Sasuke that I want to talk about. I do plan on doing a full breakdown of this fight in the future, but I think that requires a ton of time and I can never do it justice within the short time of this video. I want to touch on Sasuke's progression as well after gaining his Rinnegan. I think progression, and especially quick progression in a specific or difficult area, can help determine the talent or quality of a fighter.
Yeah, like how with Sasuke, he was definitely more talented than Naruto. That like he would pick up things quicker and would learn and adapt much quicker than Naruto would, in my opinion anyway. Like you know, like they both get these things, and I think Sasuke starts picking up dead quick, like how to do everything with the Rinnegan and that. But yeah.
So let's start from square one, and that's recognizing ourselves that Sasuke's Rinnegan is always on, meaning he cannot turn it off. The immediate response to this will be, well, Sasuke's Rinnegan was off in the last movie, but the creators have mentioned that this was simply an animation mistake. Some evidence for this comes from in the Shin manga when Sasuke is fighting with his Rinnegan, lacking its Tomo, and when they turn back on, he says that his visual prowess has returned. This also may be due to a production issue with the movie, since we do know it was in production prior to 2012, and Sasuke didn't get his Rinnegan in the original manga until 2014.
Yeah, easy done then, innit? If they weren't told, then what are they gonna do?
So it could be the shot of Sasuke walking in the desert was done prior and never gone over before the movie's official release. Sasuke also literally never turns his eye off, and instead he just covers it. Outside of that last movie, it absolutely never happens. That's consistent in both the anime and manga, but I'm getting off topic here. Sasuke's progression. Sasuke can tell pretty quickly that his Rinnegan takes up a lot of chakra, so when he's not using it in immediate battle situations, he simply keeps it closed to prevent the chakra from being drained.
Like Kakashi covering up his Sharingan.
He learns pretty quickly what his Rinnegan ability is, and that's the ability to teleport. The first time he used it is in the middle of battle when he swaps places with a seemingly rock behind him, and afterwards he does it with his sword and it just pierces Madara. I want to bring up that it may be Sasuke's mastery of this move becomes unconscious, similar to how Naruto learned to fly without thinking. He just gained mastery over it. Another unconscious ability Sasuke gained was to be able to see the invisible world of Limbo, so it's not completely out of the question that maybe some of Sasuke's stuff is just learned to him via just having the Rinnegan.
Yeah.
He also learns immediately how to use 6 pass chakra that was granted to him, and not just that, he imbues it into a Chidori and does so without weaving any hand signs. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, everyone's always impressed by no hand signs being used,
Also, I know Madara wasn't
It's like people being able to, like when they do the whole thing, oh my god, he cast a spell without using any words. It's like same equivalent, isn't it?
really trying to dodge Sasuke, but Sasuke did manage to cut him in half, and Madara complimented his speed, although he was using a Chidori which amps your speed, so take that into account as well. I also don't think I need to mention that Sasuke's Rinnegan itself can resist the infinite Tsukuyomi, which is the most powerful genjutsu of all time.
Like, damn.
And not only that, but Sasuke amping his Susanoo with his Rinnegan allows him to essentially make other people immune to the infinite Tsukuyomi as well, by covering them in that Susanoo. We also never see Sasuke use a perfect Susanoo alone before acquiring the Rinnegan. There is speculation on whether or not he was using the Susanoo that was perfect by the time they do the combination attack on Jubito, but we never get an explicit statement about it to end those debates, so I won't make a claim on it. But like I said, the first time he uses it alone is after acquiring the Rinnegan. Sasuke then doesn't really do anything too impressive or noteworthy until they seal Kaguya away using 6-pass Jibaku Tensei, but that's pretty important for what we're going to talk about later, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
The next fairly impressive thing Sasuke does is put all the Biju under Genjutsu with one glance of his Rinnegan.
Yeah, that was pretty sick, and it's like, whoa, because the Biju are a big deal, man, and then he just goes, you're working for me now. It's like, whoa, all at the same time.
And it's impressive because they're all standing around him, meaning he was able to cast a 360-degree Genjutsu. The anime changes this and has him turn his head to cast the rest of it, but in the manga it's just one look, and they are all under Genjutsu at once. In order to build some consistency for this as well, we know Sasuke can use his Rinnegan to teleport to things behind him using Aminote Jakara, and Data Book 4 describing the ability, it says that it's a ninjutsu that uses the Rinnegan entrusted to him by the Sage of Six Paths. As long as it's within a particular range, in an instant it can shift the place in which the target and object is with the user himself. Then at the top left it says he can switch places with the target he saw with his eye, meaning Sasuke can see behind him essentially, or at least it heavily implies it.
That's mad. That's actually mad. He's technically got eyes in the back of his head. Huh?
He needs to see what he's switching with, and we see him swap with things behind him at least
so he
twice.
Must be able to see
once against Madara and one time against Kinshiki. So yeah, I'm basically saying the anime made a mistake here. I mean, Hagoromo even says he got every Biju in just a single glance, not 2 glances. But whatever, I just think it's sort of dishonest to say Sasuke doesn't have 360-degree Genjutsu. Then we have Sasuke using Chibaku Tensei on the Biju. This is extremely impressive because he uses the 6-pass variant of Chibaku Tensei, like what they use on Kaguya, which even Madara couldn't do, shown here, seeing Madara use the black gravity spears to form his Chibaku Tensei. I also want to comment on Sasuke's chakra reserves because some people think for some reason that Sasuke is a chakra slouch and his reserves aren't all that much impressive. But I
Okay.
want everyone to keep in mind Nagato is an Uzumaki with 2 Rinnegan, and it
Yeah, and Uzumaki are known for like having a hell of a lot of chakra. Yeah, yeah.
caused him literally to shorten his lifespan in order to form just one incomplete Chibaku Tensei. Yet here is Sasuke forming 9 without so much as breaking a sweat
Yeah.
while doing so. This, on top of using his perfect Susanoo multiple times and pouring extra chakra into it
That's a lot. That's a freaking lot.
from his Rinnegan. We also see Sasuke using multiple Chidori, which isn't too crazy, but it's a nice way to document progress considering just 4 years ago he could only use 2 in one day. I also want to mention that Sasuke got no aid on his chakra between when he got the Rinnegan and when he absorbed the chakra from the Biju. He has no help from Kurama like Naruto or 100 healing seal like Sakura. He is just himself. So in between these 2 time frames, just to quickly wrap up things, Sasuke uses his perfect Susanoo 3 times, amping it with his Rinnegan.
Wow.
And just to mention as well, the chakra from the Susanoo is shown to dissipate into the air, so he is not getting that chakra back. He uses a total of 10 different ninjutsu, 9 on the Biju and then 1 on Sakura. He uses Aminote Jakara 9 different times, 5 different Chidoris.
I love the numbers. I love the numbers. It's like he's gone through and been like, right, that's 1 times, 2 times, sick. Wow.
Amaterasu twice, Kagutsuchi once, the summoning jutsu. He gets some of his chakra drained by Kaguya. He was walking around in the desert realm for a while. He uses 9 Chibaku Tensei, and all of that is before he fought Naruto, where he used every single one of those abilities again multiple times on top of some more Rinnegan
Crazy.
abilities. I'm not trying to say Sasuke was fatigued when fighting Naruto or anything like that. Naruto also used a lot of jutsu before fighting Sasuke.
Yeah, he did.
I'm just trying to highlight that he has a massive chakra supply, because as far as I'm concerned, no one mentions it, so that is underrated. Also, a lot of people like to say that Sasuke didn't really do anything in the fight with Kaguya, and while this is true, I think most of the time it's said in a disingenuous or dishonest way to downplay Sasuke as a fighter. For one, this is a battle tactic made up by Zetsu and Kaguya, since Naruto and Sasuke were too annoying to fight together since they kept countering everything thrown at them.
Yeah, plus if they're both there on her, they can seal her. So she's obviously not going to want to fight them both at the same time.
Split them up and fight them one at a time.
Yeah.
At this point, Sasuke cannot open portals with his Rinnegan, so he is stuck here until someone can help him. The fight with Kaguya is only around the length of a full Naruto volume, just a little bit shorter, so being unable to fight for 3 or 4 chapters in the middle of it is a pretty big chunk of that fight. It seems like Sasuke is lacking, but that's not really the case. I just want to point out though that while Naruto did survive against Kaguya while Sasuke was away, he did not make any progress toward actually beating her.
Yeah, like, it's still ongoing and still like, okay, this is still a problem.
And was more so just stalling while Sasuke was rescued. Again, this is not me trying to downplay Naruto in order to bring up Sasuke. Holding Kaguya at bay and landing a hit with Boy Release are
Decent.
Incredibly impressive feats.
Yeah, decent.
And Naruto is literally the only guy alive who could accomplish them due to his friendship with the Five Tails and his massive chakra supply. I'm just trying to put the reality of it for Sasuke out there, since I don't like all the disingenuous stuff being said about him around this time. That is pretty much all I have to say about Sasuke and what he did during the war arc and later half when he gained his Rinnegan. I just thought he was being downplayed a lot, and I felt like I could touch on it pretty easily. Maybe spread awareness, maybe this will spawn like a new meta or something, but it is pretty disingenuous to just downplay Sasuke. I mean, we know Naruto won the fight, but Sasuke at their peaks was clearly stronger, like I highlighted in the video.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's pretty much all.
I agree.
Like the video if you liked it, obviously. Subscribe if you like the video as well, and have a nice day.
Very interesting. I like that. I like the examples he's using and literally like counting how many times. That was a very valid point with how Nagato wasn't able to make one of those things complete and then he nearly died. And then Sasuke's like, I got 9 of them and I'm still going. Boom, let's go. It's like he got that chakra going on. And yeah, Nagato and Uzumaki. They're known for having massive chakra reserves, hence why Naruto is able to do the shadow clone thing like so much and spam everything like that. Just yeah, so very cool video. Very cool. I'm glad to be back on these videos. I'll just mention this one as well. I was at London Comic Con over the weekend. I had an absolutely amazing time, and I did take my camera and I recorded a load of stuff. So I'll put a video together at some point during the week. I'm just trying to make up for the lack of uploads this last week. So yeah, I get this done, get some videos out tomorrow, and then yeah, probably take 2 days off to edit the video together. Been a while since I've done this, so that'll be quite cool. Still contemplating how to actually do it, but we'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you check out my Etsy shop, links in the description down below. And thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, link in the description of the Patreon page. $1 a month is the last support channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys very much for that. Thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know if I should watch discuss some future videos. I'll see you guys next year.